Okay, I'm going to get right into the nuts and bolts of this, and I'm going to add some things about my website as I'm teaching you how to do yours. First thing you want to do is go to a website like GoDaddy.com or Bluehost, whatever you want, somewhere where you can register a domain name. Please, please, please pick carefully though. Do some research on it. See how there's a phone number up here? Find a website that's going to host your domain name that has a valid phone number that you can call. If you can't make a phone call to this place, do not, I repeat, do not use them as a host. So make sure you do that. You want to get a domain name pretty quick because Google will rank you based on how long you've had your website as well. It's probably a small portion of the ranking, but that is part of it. So if you think about it and you wait a year, you're wasting a year. Register the domain name and just get that thing active. Find a name that's going to be easy to spell, easy for people to understand, not names that sound like other spellings of the name. You don't want to do that. And if you put numbers in there, make sure that you know that they might spell it out S-E-V-E-N or write the actual numeral 7, the numeric 7. So be careful with numbers as well. Also, my own personal preference is get a .com name. Don't get .us, .anything, because .com is still the prevalent king of champions of extensions for domain names. Just go ahead and do that. Get that registered immediately. It's about 12 bucks. There's no excuse for not doing this. The next thing you want to do, you might want to take your time a little bit on, is $75 for about a year's worth of hosting. Now, you need a domain name, and you need to host it. So the hosting is different. It houses all the content of your domain. So if you go through GoDaddy.com, you'd want to probably get your hosting through GoDaddy.com as well. That way they'll link together more efficiently and easier, basically. Because it might take several hours for your domain name to be attached to that host. The host will propagate that out to the whole entire world to say, when you go to mywebsite.com, it knows to go through your host, and the entire world will know that. That does take hours. So knock that out. That's one of your goals for today. Now, when I chose my domain name, I was thinking political. I was thinking, you know what? Donald Trump is on everyone's mind right now, good or bad. And I am not a Trump fan, and I'm not afraid to admit that, but I wanted to confuse people by having a pro-Trump name. So what I chose was, and here it is, I'm going to show it to you, it is therealdonaldtrump2020.com. Obviously the picture in front of you is him in prison. It's a free picture that I can use. That's another thing that I'll tell you about. It's called pixabay.com. And you can get all the free pictures you want and use them for your website and don't have to worry about copyright or any type of infringement. Let's try to do this legit, right? So anyways, what I was thinking of with this domain name was, one, I would get the pro-Trump supporters to click on the link because they think it's something that's legit. Hey, let's get him in the office in 2020. But then my icon for everything is him behind bars. And the content that I actually say, like on his Twitter feed or on my Twitter feed, is anti-Trump. So it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So it's good and bad. I found out over the couple of weeks that I've had this that it's both good and bad. So I wanted to get both Trump and anti-Trump supporters to click on the links and go to my website. That being said, so go to the GoDaddy, get your website, get a host, tie them together, 75 bucks. Now that hosting account can host up to 5 domain names for the same price. So for $75 and $12 per domain name, you can host up to 5. And I've got a few other websites too. I've got a DevGen website, which is my programming website, and I'll talk more about this in a little bit. And it's basically, it's going to have programming, supply chain management stuff, math, all kinds of nerd stuff is what it's going to be. The reason why I like this idea is because it's static. Once I develop it, it's good forever. The Trump stuff is only good while Trump's active, and it changes. And the third one is I've got one called Super Dad Mode because I am a father and I'm passionate about some of the stuff that I can write about there. And that too is stagnant. And there's my son, and what I write about with him is very personal and it relates to a lot of fathers, but it's stagnant. Anyways, there's a train coming, so I'm going to let this one go. Buy the domain name today and the hosting. That's all you have to do.